Okay, hello and welcome to the Long Island weather update. And I say okay because I hope you are okay because I'm not doing too well today. The smoke was pretty bad today, as you can see here on the satellite image. Some of it was at the surface as well. Headache, trouble breathing, out of breath. Not feeling well today. So if you're experiencing symptoms, let me know. I think it was a big deal. I think we could have used an air quality alert today, considering how bad it was. Look at the satellite. Yes, most of it's aloft, but there was a number of it at the surface, and I got a video that's going to be up real shortly showing you how bad it was as the sun was setting this evening. I'll show you some pictures from what it was like during the day, and you can see the sun just was like half of its brightness. It was incredibly hazy. Incredibly hazy. It's one picture there and another one there just showing you how hazy it was. The sun really... And then as we got toward again, just look at all that haze. And you can see some of it at the surface, too. And then towards sunset is when it really got really orange. Look at this. I mean, really, really orange. And it was definitely worse than last night. This is what it looked like going down. The sun was almost red. A little bit of cirrus there. Just really, it almost looked like a flame in the sky going down. Absolutely nuts. You see just red. It looks like a red giant sun. It really does. Look at that. I mean that's crazy right there. And the moon also looking strange tonight as well, with a orangish hue due to the wildfire smoke that we had. And this morning, just showing you some clips here from Hamptons. Some of the sites from Hamptons.com. This is the sunrise out on Main Beach. You can see just how orange it was. And this is another look at it right there. Really really bad air quality today. Looking at the current air quality, AQI is saying yellow, moderate. Actually have 83. So some of these are actually close to getting to the orange, which is getting into the hazardous. So again, really should have used a air quality alert today, I think, considering. But they did not issue an air quality alert, I guess because the National Weather Service and perhaps the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, they may be drinking a little too much orange man juice, perhaps. I don't know, because they really should have issued it. They really should have. And the humidity is definitely worse, and it was kind of hot during the day today. So right now we've got temperatures in the low 70s. Has dropped off considering to where it was earlier. 72 at Islip. See the dew points up to 68 though. Look at the visibility, 7-mile visibility. So we're seeing restrictions in the visibility due to the smoke. It's definitely some haze in the air. Definitely 8-mile. You'll see when I take my video, you'll see 8-mile visibility. So we're seeing visibilities reduced due to this wildfire smoke, but yet no air quality alerts. None. In fact, there aren't even any in Maine right now. I don't see any on the map, which is crazy. How could there not be any? That's just insanity right there. It really is. So let's get our highs and lows for the day. And it was pretty warm depending on where you were. Obviously, central Nassau, we got into the mid-80s. Got to 82 at Islip. On the South Shore, it was much cooler. Mainly, it just struggled to get to 80 on the South Shore. Look at that. The East End enjoyed temperatures only in the 70s. Then heading into New York City, 84 at LaGuardia, 87 at Central Park, 86 at JFK, so it gets hotter as you head west. And how about New Jersey? How about 90 in the Pine Barrens west of Toms River and downtown Toms River, 86. So temperatures definitely into the 90s. Actually, some 90s, actually in Central Jersey, too. Low 90s there as well. As far as lows, I don't think we dropped that much last night. No, we did not. Somehow West Hampton got to 60, but the rest of us were only in the upper 60s, and the city only low 70s. And somehow, again, West Hampton and the Pine Barrens west of Toms River, interesting how they both got to 60 degrees. That's really interesting. But, yeah, real bad air quality today, really bad. We'll go to the air climate statistics for today. Actually, it's showing a high of 84 at Islip and a low of 68, so it puts us 2 degrees above normal. Central Park, a high of 87 and a low of 73 degrees above normal there, so definitely feeling the heat, and the humidity definitely made that smoke harder to deal with for sure. Just not feeling well at all today. And looking at the MODIS, here's again another look at that smoke here. You can see the further west you went, maybe the thinner it was, so if you were in maybe southwestern New Jersey and Pennsylvania. It was a little bit better there, but you could see it spiraling down from eastern Canada down through down the eastern half of New York, over New England, down across Long Island, and we got hit pretty hard here on Long Island. You can see this plume of smoke. Now looking up into Canada here on the MODIS satellite, let's see. Yeah, these fires are still going here. Here they are in the Northwest Territories. They're still going. And can't really see what's going on in British Columbia or Alberta due to the cloud cover. We can't see what's going on in Manitoba a little bit. Looks like there's there's a fire right there. And it looks like now we may have one now that is broken out in this is Saskatchewan. This is Manitoba. My mistake. I'm going to be making mistakes because I just can't think clearly today because of the smoke. But other than that, the rest of the country not dealing with too much smoke. This is the MODIS satellite here. So we will go and we will look at the GOES satellite next for the whole country. And show you what we got here. And this, by the way, is Ernesto. Crossed over Bermuda now. Starting to get look a little different now as it's starting to move north. Maybe running into a little bit of shear. We'll talk about that, but you can see here the smoke over us, this big low pressure system. This is going to bring us somewhat of an unsettled weekend, especially as we get towards Sunday, and then got dry weather. It looks like in the rest of the country here. We'll go and look at the west as well. Let's go look at the west. Pacific Northwest, see what's going on there as far as fires go. Looks quieter. It looks quieter. I still see the fires on Idaho, though. And we still got some in Northern California and Oregon as well. Let's go ahead and look at the southeastern Alaska one. Oh, yeah. They're going again. So here we go again. These fires in the Northwest Territories still showing no signs of slowing down at all. So that's not good at all. And then we'll do Canada, Northern U.S. So we're not done with the smoke yet. It's going to come back eventually. In fact, there's a whole bunch of it up there. You can see. So we got this area of smoke right here, but you can see we've got more smoke coming. So we're gonna have to watch that as well. And again, here's Ernesto. So let's now get to Ernesto and put Ernesto on the screen here. You can actually see Ernesto and the smoke. Here's the smoke, and here's Ernesto. There's Bermuda, right there. So it looks like it's approaching Bermuda tonight, or actually, it looks like it's actually approaching Bermuda right now. So let's get the latest from the National Hurricane Center on Hurricane Ernesto. It has not made it to Category 3 status right now. But still, it's a powerful storm. Strong winds, dangerous storm surge, and life-threatening flooding beginning over Bermuda. All right, so maximum sustained winds are 100 miles an hour. Minimum such pressure 969 millibars. At 8 p.m., the center of Hurricane Ernesto was located near latitude 31.0 north, longitude 65.2 west. Ernesto is moving toward the northeast near 13 miles an hour. This general motion is expected to continue with a gradual slowdown beginning early Saturday. That's right, it's going to slow down because it's kind of running into that high that's kind of blocking it from the so an accelerating and then it's going to accelerate northeastward. And that's going to be expected late this weekend into early next week on the forecast track. The center of Ernesto is expected to pass near or over Bermuda Saturday morning or near or east of Newfoundland on Monday night. Maximum sustained winds remain near 100 miles an hour with higher gusts. Some gradual weakening is forecast over the next day or two, although some re-intensification is possible late in the weekend. Ernesto is a large tropical cyclone. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 75 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 275 miles from the center. The Bermuda International Airport recently reported sustained winds of 41 miles an hour with a gust of 50. A sail drone recently reported a sustained wind of 68 miles an hour and a wind gust of 94 miles an hour. And the minimum essential pressure is 969 millibars to 8.62 inches. And because it is a large storm, it's going to have impacts even in our area, especially felt at the beaches. So, again, looking at the cone, you'll see the cone goes over Bermuda. They're under a hurricane warning, and it stays a hurricane as it approached Newfoundland. So, again, this is because of those really warm waters that we have. Again, if we go to the earthnullschool.net, and show you the warm water. So here's, you can see Ernesto showing up right there. If we look at the sea surface temperature anomalies and where it's going, there's plenty of warm water for it to have plenty of energy from. And while we've got Earth Null School up, let's go ahead and look at the air and take a look at what's in the air, because carbon monoxide is very elevated. Oh my gosh, that's really dark. So yeah, that's also contributing to bad air quality. Some of that's from the wildfire smoke. Some of that's due to pollution. We also have a lot of CO2 in the air as well from all the fires. This is the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. So these fires are producing a lot of gases. It's not just the particles that we have to deal with. It's also the gases that we have to deal with as well. So let's go look at some more of the observations, and you can see already small craft advisory. We also have rip current statement, rip current advisories in effect. Let's look at some of the buoys right now and see what we've got here. This one, of course, not reporting any seas, but this one is. It just disappeared. This one is reporting a wave height of only 2.6 feet. That will most certainly come up as we go through the day tomorrow. But let's go closer to Ernesto here. See if we can find Bermuda. Oh, here we go. So here we go. They're getting hit very hard at Bermuda here. Bermuda reporting an east wind at 52 miles an hour with a gust of 74 with heavy rain. So they're getting into that core of that storm, to the eye wall, and they're going to see some. Let's check out what this buoy has here. This buoy over here is a wave height off of Cape Hatteras of 8.2 feet. So this is the kind of stuff that we're going to be dealing with as we get toward the weekend. And of course, in the south, we have excessive heat warnings. Again, really high temperatures. Look at that! Look at that! Hit 100 in Greenville. I think that's at Mississippi. I think 100. And look at the dew points. I mean, that's insane. Greenwood. Here's another one. Greenwood Lake Airport. It got up to 102 today. The low is only 77. The dew point 75. Let's just show you what it was like here in this area here. And the dew points were in the mid-70s, so that means it felt like over 110 degrees. That is just unbelievably bad. And I believe this is Mississippi, I believe. The shading is really making it hard. That might be Louisiana. The shading makes it very hard. But this is the South. This is what they're going through in the South. It's pretty insane stuff. We're going to put the highs on the map here. So there's a lot of heat that's going on here. Look at this 104 at Texarkana. That's Arkansas. 104. The low is only 80 degrees. The dew point 74. So this is what they're going through. Some really, I don't know if those are records, but look at that. Felt like 114, 115. How about 104 with a dew point of 72? That's just unbelievable, folks. That's why they got the excessive heat warning in effect. Out west, we got a lot of red flag warnings. Again, because there's going to be more fire danger. Not as hot, but. And then looking at Canada here, it looks like things have cooled down in Canada as far as the temperatures go. There's still some heat around now going into Ontario province. We're seeing some heat, but it has cooled down. But with not much rainfall and wind still, the fires are still raging. There's not really any relief. We can look at precipitation, see if they've gotten, barely any rain. So that's not going to help at all. The fires are going to continue to burn even if the temperatures have dropped. Humidity is still fairly low, and you're seeing here, 9-mile visibility at Key Lake. So it's still seeing some of that smoke too as well. But the worst of the smoke's actually over our area in the east. And again, if you go over here, you can see. We get some observations here showing some of the smoke here. All right, well, that one's showing 10-mile visibility, but whatever. It's out there. It's definitely out there. So let's go and look at the models now and talk about what we have to come for this weekend, obviously. So let's go to that. Here's Ernesto, by the way. So I'm going to actually put this into the eastern U.S. view so we get a better view at Ernesto here as we go through the weekend. And I'm only going to cover through the weekend here, so through Sunday. You'll see it will move away from Bermuda, and then it gets out of the ocean. It's going to maintain its strength, though, as we head into Sunday night, still showing a pretty intense hurricane. As far as our area goes, you can see that high pressure is over to the north now, over New England. It's kind of that's what's causing it to. It's actually over the Atlantic Canada, which is going to cause this to slow down. As far as tomorrow goes, probably won't see too much rain. Probably just a lot more clouds, but it's Sunday that we're definitely going to see more chance of showers. So the GFS seems to think the majority of that is going to be inland, and then as we get toward the evening, that's when we'll see more of a chance of shower activity. If we look at the wind here forecast on the GFS, you can see, yeah, it holds its own. So Ernesto holds its own. So let's take a look at the HRRR. Luckily, after it leaves Bermuda, it won't be. It'll be out in the open ocean. But let's go to the HRRR and look at our dew points and wind flow, because that we're going to see that humidity continue. So we have that southeast wind going into tomorrow. Southeast wind. So that kind of wind direction won't allow us to get that hot, but it'll keep the humidity in play for sure. And we'll have plenty of cloud cover. And then as we head into your Sunday, the winds become more southerly. And we get to somewhere that a higher humidity, I think, especially a little bit of that might come off of Ernesto. Perhaps. I don't think so. I think the main effect is going to be at the beaches. So temperatures for tonight, not really going to be dropping all that much. And then tomorrow won't be as hot as today because we're going to have more cloud cover. So temperatures tomorrow probably will be only in the low 80s, probably. Maybe mid-80s if you're in New Jersey or more inland, but it definitely should be cooler with more clouds around. Not dropping much tomorrow night, though you do see the signature of a few thunderstorms there. And then for your Sunday, you're seeing temperatures even cooler. Temperatures only in the, maybe not even making it to 80, only in the 70s, because they definitely be cloud covering. Some showers around. So let's go and look at the radar simulation that the HRRR has for tomorrow. First, starting with tomorrow, and you can see, again, majority of it stays inland, though there could always be a chance of a shower at the coast over Long Island, but the majority of it stays inland. And then it's developing more rain as we get later in the evening. So after midnight, that's when we'll see some showers and maybe some thunderstorms. And that actually is going to linger into Sunday. So you can see as we get into Sunday, that's definitely we're going to see a lot more shower activity as we get into Sunday. You can see that here on the HRRR. So Sunday is going to be your worst day, but not really great beach weather all weekend. Total accumulated precip, depending on where the showers fall. If you get hit by them, you could see 1 to 2 inches of rain, especially if they train over the area. So it will, like I said, be somewhat unsettled weekend here. Let's go look at the NAM. The NAM thread. Don't have it off the 0Z, and we'll go to the 18C run. And you'll see, again, yeah, you can see that it seems like that overnight period, late Saturday night into Sunday, is when we're going to see the majority of the rain. But the NAM has more of it occurring inland and not so much at the coast. So we'll look at this as well. So here is again tomorrow, and again it's showing possibly some light rain during the day tomorrow, and then another little batch of showers in the early evening, perhaps coming through, and then another batch as we get toward later. These could be thunderstorms, perhaps. And then as we go into Sunday, you can see that there will be a lot more shower activity scattered about. And it won't be raining all the time, but more than not, you're going to be dodging showers on Sunday. And there might even be some sucky drizzle around, perhaps, as well, to make it even more miserable. So let's now go and look at the skies. Obviously, we're not going to be seeing much sun this weekend. So even though the smoke situation will improve, you'll see, looking at the RGM here, that it does show some sun in the morning tomorrow. Perhaps the early part, you might get some sun. Still be a bit of haze around, then more clouds for the afternoon. And then Sunday, I don't think we're getting out of the clouds at all. So let's go to the Storm Prediction Center here and look at this weekend as well. So we'll go to the Day 2 convective outlook. And they actually have a marginal risk of severe weather to our southwest tomorrow. So again, we're close to seeing possibly some severe weather. This is the day, actually that's Day 3, so that's Sunday. This is tomorrow. So this is tomorrow. My mistake. Again, I'm going to make mistakes. So tomorrow, just a general thunderstorm risk. But Sunday is when we'll see that marginal risk over Jersey, perhaps, and just a general thunderstorm risk over our area. So let's lastly look at the smoke models here. We'll look at the 22Z. Let's see. This is the long one, the 21Z here. Here we go. Vertically integrated smoke. So you can see the smoke over us, and you can see improving conditions as we get in tomorrow from west to east. That smoke kind of gets pushed off to the north and the east. And then Sunday, yeah, we definitely won't be dealing with it as much because it's getting pushed away by the warm air advection coming up from the south. So that's pushing the smoke away. And look at where it's winding up. It's actually going to wind up in how about that looks like the United Kingdom tomorrow, and then into Sweden and Finland, perhaps. That's crazy. That's insane. I don't know if any of the near surface smoke's going to make it that far, but I'm just going to look at the near surface smoke. I don't think any of the near surface smoke's going to make it that far. I do want to show you one more satellite before we go as well. So you can see, yeah, some of that might make it over to the United Kingdom on Sunday. That's crazy. That's insane. So let's go to the HRRR. Smoke model. We should have the 0Z running. We don't have the 0Z running the HRRR in. So that's the only model you're going to get, I think. Let's see. I could maybe get a 22Z. It's only going to take us 18 hours. I don't want to go back to the 18Z because that's too old. So we'll just look at the 22Z. And it's a bit of a higher resolution, but you can see that the smoke does start to get pushed away tomorrow. So that's some good news right there. But unfortunately, we'll have plenty of clouds around. So, but at least the air quality will be somewhat better. Though you will have to watch out for, again, scattered showers perhaps. Because we got this front that's coming through. It's going to be a big deal again with this storm, with this slow moving situation. We always have these. We don't have a simple cold front. It's always a low with a warm front, a cold front, and go to the Weather Prediction Center and show you that. So just show it to you again just to give you an idea. You see, you got this. And then we go to day 2. You can see it's not really moving that fast because you got that high blocking it. So it's going to take its time coming through here. So we're going to have rain chances for the next 3 days at least. Anyway, there's one more satellite I want to just show you here that I found, actually I discovered here. And that's this one, Northern Atlantic. And I'm going to have to roll this back to an older one. So here we go, just to show you the smoke. Take a look at that. Actually, we're going to have to roll that back even more. That's fine. That's fine. So I'll show you the smoke here. Take a look at this. That smoke is going all the way to Europe, folks. Some of it might even be over Greenland. That's crazy. That's crazy. They may be getting some of it in Iceland, too. So you can see it's going to go around the whole globe, pretty much. There's just so much smoke there. It's nuts. It really is. So I guess I'll wrap it up with this look of all that smoke. I don't know if I'm going to do a weather update tomorrow night. I might take the night off. We'll see what happens. But if I do, it's going to be a much shorter one. So good night and enjoy the weekend. Unfortunately, it's going to be unsettled again.